Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for Ref's View, and it's the end of the season, so I thought I'd do something a little different today. And basically, I'm going to put the link in the chat for you to come on and just have your say. Basically, it's going to be one of them where we're just sort of going to go through some of the rules, some of the things that have been really bloody confusing this year. We're just going to sort of have our say on it. We're sort of going to. I'm going to have my say on it and think what we need to do to change things. Because look, there's elements of VAR that I've liked. There's elements of VAR which I think are absolutely horrific. I think we have to get into our heads now that VAR is going to stay. Right? There is no way that they're going to get rid of VAR. But we absolutely do need to change things up. And we need to make sure that everything that we do going forward is done in the right way, because this simply is not good enough. What we're doing is not good enough. Football as it stands is simply just it's referees are a huge problem within the game. And look, we're the country with the biggest amount of money available for football. We have so much money, yet we have one of the worst set of referees in Europe. I mean, there's a reason why English referees don't get chosen to represent England at a World Cup or at a Euros. If we do, they don't get the big games. You think of a World Cup final. When was the last time England had an English referee for a World Cup final? If I remember correctly, I think it may actually be Howard Webb in 2010. That's 11 years ago. That is when I think England last had a referee in a World Cup. I could have got that wrong, but simply the referees are just not good enough. But is it down to the referee, or is it down to the rule book? I think it's a bit of both. I think, look at the handball rule. Let's start with the handball rule, because for me the handball rule is nowhere near good enough at all. Absolutely not good enough. And for me, the handball rule, that's the first thing that needs to be changed come next season, because the rule book as it is now is too confusing. So most people can't even tell you what's handball anymore. And that's a bad place. Once the minute that people can't tell you what a handball is, we've got to a really bad part of the game. We really do. I'm going to add some guessing in a second. I'm just going to give sort of my overview on this season before I do that. The handball rule is one that definitely needs to change. It's simply just, it's not fit for purpose. I mean, the prime example is the Hudson-Odoi Greenwood one, right? That one was absolutely shambolic, utterly shambolic. That one, is that a handball? I mean, he's moved his hand to the ball. Back in my day, when I refed, that would have been a handball easily. Ball to hand, hand to ball. If it's hand to ball, it's a handball. That's the way it is. I want us to go back to that sort of way, because it was much easier to to understand. It was either ball to hand or hand to ball. If your hand made a movement to the ball, then guess what? That's handball. If the ball hits your hand because the ball's just hit it and you haven't moved your hand towards it, not a handball, not a handball. That's the way I see it anyway. Big up to Max, Yonal, big up to you, love all the content. Can't wait for Euros and next season. Yes, next season and the Euros going to be huge for this channel, that is for sure. Big up main man Niall, big up to Sideline Talk podcast. Big up, mate. I'm excited for Euros in terms of potential in the squad, but I'm dreading it due to shambles in the system and officials. Like and subscribe. Absolutely do like and subscribe. I'm worried more because we've got Southgate. That's why I'm worried. Southgate is half the issue. The other half of the issue is what coaching team has he put around him? I mean, he's just gone and got a Newcastle coach, and admittedly, Newcastle have looked brilliant since he come in. But is that really the best we can do? England, getting Newcastle coaches. I think we could do better, don't you? But no, I'm dreading it as well. I mean, football's coming home. I say that every time England's in a tournament. But well, ever since I was born, I've come to be wrong. So I hope I keep saying it in the hope that maybe one day we will get there. VAR is not going anywhere for me. The referees and rules need to change. Yes, and that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about what rules need changing, why they need changing, and what they need changing too. So for me, handball, we need to revert back to the old ways, which was hand to ball, ball to hand, that sort of stuff. That one, very clear. That's easily changed as well, very easy. Because at the moment, there's just so much garbage. And you're leaving, and I keep saying this, I keep banging on about this every single stream. We are leaving this up to referees to interpret the rules. That is not going to be good enough. I do not want Mike Dean interpreting a rule. It will never go well, right? We are assuming Mike Dean has a brain. That's what we are assuming. That for me is a concern. Offsides need to change. Offsides. Where do I even start with offsides? I mean, we need a margin of error. We need these armpit offsides are ridiculous. They need to stop. That Harry Kane one, for example, ridiculous. We need to make sure that we are aware of what we're doing. That's clear. But I've got Lewis and I've got Kenny in the back. As I said, the link is in the chat. If any of you do want to come on and have a talk, fuck knows why I've got the Europa League background behind me. Let me just change that now. No, I genuinely, I didn't even do that on purpose. I didn't even do that on purpose. I do apologize. But yeah, God knows, it's my mind playing tricks on me, doing all sorts of things today. Busy as always. But Lewis, I'll start with you. What rules do you not like, and what needs changing for you next season?
Offside. I think everyone's going to agree. Offside, 100%. How can your toenail be offside? How can you literally they're calling it off the regional margins. They're calling it off when your heel is offside, when you're walking
Lewis,
back.
I'm just going to quickly stop you there. I can't actually hear you. Your mic is. I've turned your volume right up. I can't actually hear you at all, mate. Can you just leave the stream and then come back again? And we'll see if that works. StreamYard sometimes does that, but yeah, I couldn't hear a word he was saying. I know I heard the word offside, but that was about all I could make. But Kenny, what rule do you want to see changed next year? Or is there anything you want to praise the referees? Is there something you want to praise them about?
I think that actually United should get all decisions for them next season, because I think that is just yeah. Well, being serious, there are multiple rules, but I'm going to mention the offside rule, like Louis said. The fact that your armpits can be offside is absolutely beyond me. And where have you seen a footballer scoring with their armpits? I have never seen it at all. I think the only thing that can be offside, are the body parts you can actually score goals with. no hands offside, no armpits offside, definitely no toenail offside. What is because I didn't cut my toe, just because I delayed cut my toenails this morning. I'm offside. That's none of that. Only body parts you can actually score goals with should be offside in my opinion.
I agree with you there. We're gonna go one step at a time. So offsides, I do agree. Lewis, do you want to try talking again, mate? It might have been my end that was really bad, to be fair.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I think it was my end. My system has a habit of just turning itself down, which is really fucking annoying. But yeah, carry on with what you were saying, mate.
No, yeah. How can your toenail be offside? And how, like, when you're walking back from an offside position, can your heel be offside? You're walking back and you're trailing leg and you're like, the T's with your heel is offside. Like, for
me, the offsides when you're walking back is not a problem because you're coming back from an offside position. But I do hear what you're saying there. Schwerin laughing at Kenny. United fans were right about 21 coming. 21 penalties scored. Was it United had 21? Oh, yeah.
That was last season.
That's brutal. No, I mean that's brutal. It is brutal. But Max, what about you? What is your? Are you about to say offside as well?
I'm going a different approach here. I've said handball myself because the handball issue last night. I'm sorry, but it was an absolute disgrace. They checked
Which one?
This is referees and VAR. They went to the screen as well,
which decision?
They decided it as no handball.
Which decision are you on about?
Yeah, that's a fair point. There was quite a lot.
Are you on about the Fred one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's not handball.
Are you on about the Real one?
No. One minute, Kenny. If you're on about Fred, that's not handball. There's no way that's handball.
You joking?
Huh?
You joking?
No, that's not a handball.
The
distance. So the distance from the Villarreal player to Fred, and the fact that Fred's arms are pretty much by his side anyway, and that the arms aren't in an unnatural position. Yeah, it's not handball. Nowhere near.
His arms are.
I wouldn't give. That is not handball. His hands were behind his back, and don't forget, you do use your arms for balance when you sort of playing football. That's completely natural. His hand is not in an unnatural position there.
I've seen.
Nowhere near.
I've just sports highlights have just put a video on 19 hours ago. Fred Manchester United handball ? I'm looking at the thumbnail. That's not handball. I'm just
thumbnail.
It's not
it's
a handball.
Not really a thumbnail. It's just the highlight.
I mean, I'll go look at the picture now.
They made another one about the number 4 for Villarreal.
I remember that. I didn't think it was a handball, to be honest. I think it hit his elbow. I think that wasn't a handball. I don't think.
I'm just trying to.
I don't think it handballs. The Fred one, I think he was trying to get away from it. His hand was in a natural position. He was too close.
Yeah, if we're talking about the Fred one, then no, there is no way on this planet you give that as a handball. If that's a handball, then I quit football.
I'll get a
I've just watched the highlights now. I've just realised it's not a handball. I was just looking at it from a different perspective because obviously, I like Liverpool.
I mean, I'm trying to see the fucking.
I want to suggest though my handball rule, like that I want to change is in general, because at the minute our handball rule in Premier League and any other competition is disgraceful in the way that even if it is in an unnatural position, they don't give it unless it's VAR think it's fully genuine, which it needs to be changed next season. Otherwise, the Premier League is going to become a fest of, oh, we can get away with this if we do this. It's going to turn into an absolute massacre of, oh, that should have been a handball. Or, nah, it was never a handball. That's ball to hand. It's like, it's going to turn into something it doesn't need to be. That is my problem. It's handball, obviously offsides a little bit iffy right now as well. But handball is the bigger option for me. And the way... And sometimes it's also with referees if they give fouls or not. Because I've seen loads of fouls being given when they shouldn't be. And vice versa. It's just stupid.
I hear what you're saying. On the Fred one, I've just looked at the pictures. Not a fucking chance. If that's handball, if that's handball, I quit football.
See, in the moment, I thought it was handball because of...
I hear what you're saying, but if that's handball, I'm deleting my channel and I'm quitting football. I'm done. If that is a handball, it takes me a lot to get to that stage, but if that's handball, I'm done with the sport. I'm so done. I'll go watch rugby.
We're like, oh, that's a penalty because it's handball. But then I've just looked back at it. It's like,
it's not. No, I was in the first 11 watch along, and I straight away said no, not even close to a handball. In fact, the bit that out of that whole situation that got me was they didn't even check McTominay being headbutted by this guy. After that, like, just full blown headbutts him basically, and nothing. The head injury. The referee not stopping play, and that's a basic. The basic, when there's a head injury, stop play. But he didn't stop play until United got the ball, which is why Bruno, Cavani were fuming. Because that's not part of the laws of the game. Head injuries,
they should be.
Head injuries, you have to stop the game. It's as simple as that. But yeah, that handball for Fred is nowhere near a handball.
Try to find the Torres one now. I'll let you know if I find it.
Everything.
The other one that I spotted yesterday was when the Villarreal player kicked Mason Greenwood on the foot. That's a penalty.
That was a penalty.
That's a penalty.
See, that one confused me at the time because I saw the replay and I was like,
you could tell it was his first European final.
Contact would be a foul. So the thing is, he tried to kick the ball, he kicked his foot or whatever, and it was unfortunate that he got the contact on the player and he clipped him. Like,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he's kicked Greenwood on the foot. That's penalty, and that's the thing. It's the inconsistencies that bug me completely. And look. That was a penalty on Greenwood, in my opinion. That should have been a penalty. And I'm not defending United because they should never have to rely on penalties to secure themselves a European victory against Villarreal. But there was a couple of decisions within that game that got me a little bit confused, to be brutally honest.
Good. That was a foul.
It was his first European final for the referee. You could definitely tell.
I don't care.
Niall. I've got a prime example here. That Greenwood wasn't a penalty yet. Bruno Fernandes getting touched the teeniest bit with a foul.
Well, this is the thing. It was inconsistent. The penalty, Greenwood should have got a penalty. Very clearly should have got a penalty. I mean, he's kicked Greenwood in the foot. That's a penalty. Right? I won't hear otherwise. I frankly couldn't give a shit what excuse they've got. It's a penalty. That was not a handball on Fred. Villarreal probably should have been down to 10 men after someone headbutting McTominay. Basically, you can just see him lean his head towards McTominay. Don't even try to get him, or it might have been his shoulder into the face. Either way, he basically just went for McTominay to try and stop him from going for the ball. Just in that final alone, there was inconsistencies, and that's what drives me mad. But no, in terms of the offside rule, that needs changing. We need to... a margin of error, anything to stop these idiotic decisions. Handball needs to change, and we just need a level of consistency. Now, Lee Mason is retiring from being an on-field referee.
Oh, really?
He's already done it. His last game was United Fulham. He is now going to be a designated VAR referee. Now, do I think this is going to help the situation? Well, no. Just because he's in VAR doesn't mean that the decisions are going to get any better. But the issue is the referees are the problem. And I've said this since day one, right? The issues are the referees are the problem. They're the biggest problem you can get. And for me, that is the problem. And it's about how you fix that problem. Because at the end of the day, I don't see it getting fixed any day soon. But let's rate the referees for this season alone. Kenny, what are you giving the referees out of 10 for this season?
For this season? Well, yeah. I'm going to do one for my club, and then I'm just going to do one for overall every club. For Man United...
No, for referees. As in, like, just in general. Just in general.
Just in general, yeah. But in general, well, they're always crap, but this season it's been especially. And they used to have an excuse because it was like you only see it once, but it's not like they have a video assistant referee there ready to help them with decisions, is it? Especially, I hate when referees apologize after games now, saying, "Oh, we're sorry, we made these decisions wrong," because it's not like you have a VAR to help you with those decisions, is it?
I hear that.
I hate those apologies. They're just half-assed, and it's definitely for me a 0.
So what? So you're giving them a 0 out of 10?
Definitely.
Fully brutal. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Velvishwan saying, "I wish Bruno a speedy recovery. Where you hit the ground from Capu tackles horrendous get also in Bruno." You, Velvishwan, you have Mo Salah in your team. Don't ever try to do that again. Because Mo Salah is the biggest diving prick I've ever seen in my life. I wish Mohamed Salah a speedy recovery after Ruben Diaz brutally killed him on the pitch at Anfield, destroyed him. I hope he's alive because he went down like a sack of shit, a bit like his footballing ability. But Lewis, what are you rating referees out of 10 for this season?
A 3.
A 3? Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I'm not going to give them much better than a 2 or a 4 or 5. Lewis, not Lewis, Max, what about you? What are you giving referees out of 10 this year?
Max here?
Yeah.
Max is not there. Well, I'm going to give him a 4. I mean, the reason I give him a 4. Come on now, Bruno dive is worse than Salah's dive. At least Salah, there's no contact. Oh, fuck off. Salah has dived more times you care to imagine. But I suppose that's what happens when you live Liverpool. But no, I'm giving them a 4. I think referees have been extremely inconsistent this season. I've not actually enjoyed watching referees this season. Not that I normally do, but especially this season, they have been a different breed of shit. And look, you're hearing this in Europe. It's in the Championship. It's in the Premier League. There's a few examples. You got Pogba, the handball against Roma at Old Trafford. That's not a handball. Then you've got the exact same thing that happens against Bournemouth versus Brentford at the Community Stadium. That's not a handball. There's just so many. There's so many. Velvishwan saying refs 2. The red card decisions this season have been shocking. Yeah, you can look at Southampton, the second one, Vestergaard, I think, against United at Old Trafford. Bednarek, that's one. That was never a red card. There's been others. And then we've got what? What else have we got? The referees have fucked up this season. Sheffield United versus Man U. When De Gea gets rugby tackled by, I want to say Sharp or someone along them lines. He was rugby tackled essentially. And then Maguire is jumped up into the air to head the ball. Ramsdale's run out and run into him, and the referee's giving that as a foul. I mean, it's as if nowadays you can't make contact with a goalkeeper. Which, if that's the case, I don't even want to know why that was not given. It was such a strange decision. And then you got Pickford. Yep, of course, Pickford's one. Pickford on Van Dijk. That was a horrendous decision. Not to even give that as a red card. Not even straight to get looked at. Was
He got fucking clattered, mate.
Beyond the disgrace.
No joke.
Yeah, Matt.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yep, that one was that one. Vestergaard against Vardy. He could have got Jesus Christ. Then you got Harry Kane's offside. That was bad. There were so many dodgy decisions this year. It's
the Maguire goal against Burnley that was disallowed as well.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's mad. Matt saying, have you checked the red card shout for Foyth? Which one? What was that one, Kelly? Which was the red card shout for Foyth?
Was it when it was at the beginning of the game? I think when he basically rugby tackled. I think it was Pogba or McTominay, one of the two. But he basically rugby tackled them and didn't. I think he just got a yellow card, got away with it.
I can't remember which one.
It was when he injured himself. It was that time. You know when he got hurt. It was that time.
That wasn't his fault. Someone slipped, I think. I don't know.
I don't really remember it that much, to be fair. I've completely just tried to think about it.
I can't, so I remember that one. But if you remember, explain it in a little bit more detail. He sent me a picture. People are very helpful. They send me pictures. That's what I like.
I'm trying to find that Pau Torres.
Yes. That one was bad. Yes, that should have probably been a red card. Yeah, studs up into Luke Shaw. Yeah, that's a red card. But I mean, yeah. Send Kenny the picture, Matt. He's looking confused. Bless him.
Matt, have you got the Pau Torres handball picture?
The Dyer handball against Newcastle. That was abysmal. That was abysmal.
There's so many.
That's the issue. There's just been so many this year. I sent you a picture now on Twitter. Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been great. This is never going to be a long show. We've identified that offsides need to change next season. Handballs need to change. The referees need to be more consistent. And a lot of these errors just need cutting out. And a lot of these are still individual errors, right? In VAR. So we need to change that. That needs to be that needs to be changed as quickly as possible, because simply it's just not good enough. And that's the be all and end all of it, really. This was never going to be a long one. I'm too tired talking about referees. We're taking a break over the summer with Refs Review. This will be back in the start of the season. I'm looking forward to it. Please relegate Jonathan Moss.
And I hope you get relegated.
Jonathan Moss has already retired from being an on-field referee. Jonathan Moss is now a designated VAR referee. So, yes.
Worse.
Again, these people that have continued to make mistakes and errors all season is mad. Any show tonight. Yep, we've got the Champions League final preview at 8 p.m. I think if that's what you're on about.
How many seasons have got?
None.
Oh, congratulations to Sheffield United, new manager. Hold on.
Yes, I saw that ages ago. I've got. One minute. I've got I've got the Champions League final 8 p.m. Nothing else after, I don't think. Unless Matt's got any ideas. Although Matt had a really good talking point for a late night show later, which I thought was quite an interesting one. I won't spoil the question though. But yeah, at some point we will do a late night show. We haven't done one of them in a while. Normally around about midnight. It's got midnight vibes, but it's just better. Still waiting for the Canate announcement. Liverpool, yeah, I'm still waiting on that as well. I haven't been given any anything on that one. Well, I haven't seen anything. Anyway.
Apparently, he's already completed the medical. So
I've seen he's completed the first half of his medical. Yeah, I've seen he's completed the first half of his medical. I haven't seen anything other than that. Look, it's the season's only just started, ended, and to be brutally honest with everyone, the transfer window don't open till the 6th of June, so there's no rush. There's no rush on that part. But every day at 3 p.m. we will have obviously transfer news, discussing anything manager related, player related, any sort of movements, and we will discuss that here, of course. But it's not really much else to talk about, really. I mean, referees have been utterly shambolic. They've been poor. Referees this season have been really, really poor, and that's it, really. That's all we can really say. Look, hopefully next season the rule books will be better, and yeah. There's not really much else to say apart from this season for referees has not been good enough. We'll be back at the start of next season to look at any of the new changes that have been brought in over the summer. And obviously then we'll be back at the start of the season ready for match day 1.
Simon
Velvishwan saying, breaking news, Simon Inzaghi is the new Inzaghi is the new Inter Milan manager. That's a big one.
Am I reading this right? Echo LFC have just put Liverpool transfer news live. Ibrahima Konate talks. Jadon Sancho £82 million fee. Is that for United or is that for us that we've put in?
No one's put in a bid yet. No one has put in a bid.
Hold on.
Dortmund have set a price of £82 million. That is what they want. United, in the next coming days, are about to put in a transfer bid of 70 million plus 10 million pounds worth on add-ons as a first part of a negotiation. So it appears United are going to be trying to get in there first, and then that's it really. United are going to try and go in there first. There's an 82 million pound, reportedly an 82 million pound release clause put on his head. So that's what that means. No one's put in a bid yet.
So apparently,
Velvishwan saying we are linked to Tielemans, Awar and Basuma. Yeah,
Lads, going to become famous. Finley 0152, lads.
Alisson's been offered a new deal. Navigator might want to stay and fight for his Liverpool future, but Divock Origi, according to a report, has been placed on the transfer list.
Well, it's about time. He's not
very,
in.
very interesting.
It's not even that. Look, for me, that's all just speculation. But we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. with Transfer Talk, as we always are, talking all things transfers. I will try and hunt more. I'm getting more in depth. I'm starting to get more stories. I'm starting to learn a lot more. And that's all about YouTube, isn't it? But we're going to leave it there. A big thanks to everyone that has been a part of Refs View over the summer, over the season. We're going to take the break for Refs View. I'll be back at the start of the season. But until then, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Go check out our socials. Twitter at Let's Talk EPL, Instagram at Let's Talk EPL _ and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Kenny, where can they find you?
At Pogba is Class and Kenny TV on YouTube.
Perfect. And what about you, Max? Is Max frozen again?
You can find him being speechless.
I feel like he's frozen again. I don't know about you guys.
You can
It's
find
okay.
him on YP Max Tiger HD if he's not there.
Oh no, I think he's here now.
Oh.
We were
just
saying.
out.
Yeah, God knows what happened there. We were just saying where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, at YouTube _MaxTagHD, MaxTagHD on YouTube, MaxTagHD official on Instagram. I'll be doing Euro content as well. Maybe there's going to be a video out on my channel soon with a new intro and outro. I got a new intro and outro, so tune in for my video. I think it's going to be around 3 p.m. On Saturday, just talking about the news that's going on with Hull Takeover and all that. And then on Thursday, 24th of June, I know that might be a while away. There's probably going to be a new video for that, or maybe even a live stream. Who knows? About the fixture list that is coming in, because at 9 a.m. Eastern time, on my birthday, it's a fixture list day. So brilliant, great day for a video or stream. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe down below on here, and also the First XI, and I'll see you at 8 o'clock probably.
Yep, 8 p.m. is the Champions League final preview. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.